Alex Kahn here, big time fan of cars, TV shows with cars, TV shows that show cars prominently, like Dukes of Hazzard, The Transporter, Starsky and Hutch, and from the 90s we had VIPER. So I like to consider VIPER as the Knight Rider made for the 90s. Obviously not the same car, doesn't even do those kind of things that Kit did in Knight Rider, but this thing did its own thing. So I got the complete series on DVD recently, and this brought back so many childhood moments, and I wanted to relive this series by watching it, of course. And a little crazy story, this DVD set, it just came out in America, this year, or the last year, recently, so we haven't had the opportunity to watch this series again on DVD. Focus. But it's been available in Germany for the longest time for whatever reason, so that's kind of weird. But yeah, I got this, and I'm basically going to review my favorite episodes of VIPER as I come to them, and I'm also wanting to review the pilot episode, which is what I'm doing right now. So the pilot episode in the DVD is broken up into two halves, but when it came to TV, it was a 2-hour mini movie basically. And just give you a quick recap on the episode or on the pilot. Basically, there's this project called VIPER. It's the VIPER project, and it was set up to fight crime. And it's basically at the heart of this secret organization is this car, codenamed VIPER. It starts off as a regular 92 VIPER RT10. But when it comes to fighting crime, it transforms into this silver high-tech car known as the Defender. And anyways, the problem with this project... Hold on, this thing's not focusing. There you go. The problem with this project is they need a really good driver, a driver with really fast reflexes. Otherwise, this car keeps crashing because it was not designed very safely, apparently. So they go through all these test drivers. None of them are able to drive it, and it's not until they find this criminal who was trying to steal something that they find a driver for it. So basically they catch this criminal, who at the time is driving a 91 Dodge Stealth. They see that he's a really good driver, so they wipe his memory and they make him think that he's a policeman. So when he wakes up in the hospital, everyone's in on the act. They're like, hey, yeah, you're actually a policeman, and you're part of this VIPER project. You're like the driver or something. Hold on. Focus! So he wakes up. He thinks he's a policeman now. He falls in love with the doctor. There's a lot of corrupt people, even within the police force. So they try to shut the project down at some point, and the driver finally he runs into his old gang, and they make him remember that he was a criminal. So this guy, the driver, Joe Astor, gets really upset that everyone's been lying to him about his true identity, although I don't know why, because who wants to actually be a criminal? This guy has the opportunity to start off a good life as a cop and drive this really awesome Dodge VIPER. Hold on, this is not focusing. Focus! Whatever. You can hear my voice. So he realizes, hey, you know what? I actually did have a pretty good life as a policeman. So he sticks with it, and he decides to stay with the VIPER project. And unfortunately, the VIPER project is actually shut down. So what he's doing is actually above the law, but he's still doing it with good intentions. So that's a quick recap on the episode. Pretty good. James McCaffrey plays Joe Astor. He's the driver. Watching the pilot episode, I didn't remember any of this, really. Like, a lot of it was just like watching a whole new show for me. And I actually did like it. Now, there's some problems with the TV show. I mean, it's made in the 90s, so it's got, it's got that kind of a dated feel to it. But it's not too bad. I still really dig the show a lot. And the car scenes, they are fast forwarded a little bit. They're sped up to make them look like they're going faster. But it's still really cool to watch these cars, going at it. And a lot of these cars were supplied by Chrysler. So at the beginning, you see this bad guy driving the Dodge Stealth. The VIPER project is composed of this 92 VIPER, and it transforms into a concept car made by Chrysler. So it's basically all like Chrysler cars. Even the police force, they're all driving like Dodge vehicles, like the Intrepid. So what did I think about this pilot episode? Actually, I already got into it. I really liked this episode a lot. This pilot episode. Loved all the cars, and I don't know what to talk about really. It's a great way to kick off the series. So I am going to go back and watch these other episodes, and the ones I really like, I'm going to review for you guys. And it's a very cool concept. The hero is more of an anti-hero. He's basically a criminal, but he gets his memory erased. And even when he finds out that he's a criminal, he decides to do good. So that's pretty cool. And I love seeing his relationship with the guy in charge of the VIPER project. It's this guy in a wheelchair. He has this really cool philosophy about guns, because he himself was a victim of gun violence, and that's why he's in a wheelchair now. But his philosophy is he does not want this crime-fighting car to be equipped with any kind of guns or bullets. He wants it to be equipped with, with more defensive machinery, or defensive weapons that can't really kill, or not are designed to kill anyways. So this vehicle has it's got like a little drone satellite that pops out of the back, and it can do some scouting for the car. It also has these harpoons that come out the side. It also has like an EMP shockwave that knocks out the power of vehicles that they're pursuing. And the car is actually pretty well armored, because in the pilot episode you see it get struck by a missile, but the driver's like, it's nothing. We can fix it later on. So it's a pretty strong vehicle to begin with, even though it has no bullets in it, or no guns mounted on it. And yeah, I do realize I am not in focus again. So I just want to talk about this pilot episode. And yeah, I am a big fan of this TV series, even though I never saw past season 1. And I want to take this time to tell you guys what I'm planning. I'm going to review other episodes. I want to talk about the comic that was spawned from this TV series. It was only like four comic, or 4 issues long. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about some of these prints I got. I already talked about my jacket. And I want to show you some RC projects, obviously inspired by VIPER. Yeah, my big thing is I want to get the Tyco's RC Defender, which they made for the TV show. For official merchandise. Horribly made, but the body's pretty sweet, and I have plans for that body. And that's pretty much it for now. If you guys have any questions about anything, let me know. If you just want to converse with me, that's great too, because I want to meet other people who are fans of this TV show. Because in the 90s there weren't many. There were TV shows obviously in the 90s about cars, but this one stuck out the most for me, because it was a time when I just moved, and I used television to console myself with the fact that all my friends were in another state now. So yeah, I guess that had that special connection with the show, I suppose. Eventually, I doubt this will happen, but I want to see if I can find out where the some of the TV cars are, for the Defender. Maybe check out some of the filming locations, because I can go to California. I can also go to Canada. Hold on, there you go. And then maybe eventually meet some of the actors, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, okay, so let's talk about my favorite cars from the pilot episode. I love the Dodge Stealth that the criminals are driving. And I love the freaking 92 VIPER. And I don't really... I love, the main car, the Defender. But because it's so iconic, I love it. So this has been a very long video. Sorry about that. But I want to talk about this pilot episode with my friends and fans of the TV show.